Dr. Said Ali Mustafa sir, who is a professor, author, journalist, environmentalist, socialist, filmmaker, blogger, YouTuber, and many more. He was a Jefferson Fellow at the East West Center, Hawaii in 2003. He writes for several newspapers, news syndicates, and websites. This is his fifth book. His previous four books are self-authored. He is the founder and moderator of an internet forum called South Asia Contract Group. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Said Ali sir for sharing his insights and expertise with us.
Okay, thank you all of you so much. I just like to invite the speakers of the day, John Dayal sir, Said Naqvi sir, Mohammad Adib sir, and Professor Sukumar sir. Please come and take the stage. I'm like to enlighten you what is this book is all about. This book is called Changing Nature of Indian State. Although I have contributed 15 essays in this book, but it is not authored by me. It has about 56 authors, and some of the authors are here in the gathering. Abdul Bari Masood, he is well-known journalist. He has contributed an article in this on center-state relationship. Madam Nazima is here. She is also contributed on the Muslim ghettoization. That's a beautiful article, and that's number one article on that. But just let me tell you what is this book about. And this book actually precisely about on the contemporary situation of India, the India in which we are living right now, and how the things are moving in India. That's what is written in this. And the book starts with the changing nature of Indian state. There are 5 to 7 essays in this segment. This whole book is divided into 10 segments. So the first segment is the changing nature of Indian state. There is a person who may be knowing, Ravi Kumar Jain. He is a Doyen lawyer from Allahabad. He had lived in Nehru era, and he is living right now in the Modi era. So he has chronicled the first essay, which is basically a panoramic view of the, from Modi to Nehru. So that's it. And then another 5, 6 essays are there. Challenges for the contemporary India, what are they? So this is the kind. The next essay, the second one is India on an uncharted path. Where we are going, nobody knows about it. And here John Dayal sir is there. No, not John Dayal sir. There is somebody else called Pon Chandran, who is from, he just looks like him. I mean, actually a carbon copy, both of them. It's just a coincidence.
This is not true. He is unique.
Yes. So he has written India is a deep state. He has his own views. Why India deep state? You have to read the article to know about why India is a deep state. Then he has written another article quite in the end about the human rights situation. He is also a human rights activist in Coimbatore. And there are a few other essays in that. One girl, actually, she is just a research scholar right now in Gujarat. She has written about Statue of Unity, that is Sardar Patel's, statue, 90 feet statue. What has happened after the statue? I mean, after the statue has been installed, nobody knows what's happening there right now. She has reported from ground zero, and she has reported. So like that, I mean, the variety of essays are quite enriching. The next one is political parties in India. The first essay is on the BJP, the formidable political party right now, why it has become. Somebody has written on that. The second one is on the Congress party. We have not gone into Nehru era, but we have just confined it to Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. So the person has written what are the differences between the two, what are the challenges. Then you have political parties, regional political parties in South India, regional political parties in North India, Muslim political parties in India, and Dalit political parties in India. So it's all about political parties in India, whatever you can think of. All 5, 7 essays are there on dealing about the political parties. The next one is on center-state relationship. So center-state relationship also has the center-state relationship between the BJP government at the center and the BJP government in the state, and the BJP government at the center and non-BJP government in the state. And like that, I mean, there are 5, 6 essays are there, all brilliant. And into that role of governor, I mean, in the center-state relationship, that also is there. So it's a beautiful combination of 7, 8 articles, 5, 6 articles actually. Then after that, we move to the next part of it, that today is a Women's Day and a celebration for that, the voices of the other half. The voices of the other half, the gender issues in India. There are 5, 6 essays. Brilliant essay. And one of the brilliant essays written by me. I mean, that is about a direct reporting in Bangalore, where that I had gone there for a Women's Day last year on the same day, where I reported a Women's Day celebration. Actually the event has to be told. There were 10 women who came on the stage to narrate their stories, self-stories during the time of the COVID time. During the COVID time, 10 women came and they narrated their self, that how they suffered during the COVID time. That is actually the news. And one of the women, which I cannot forget, her words, which just came from a mic and right in front on my ears and to my heart, that I never know what is happiness. I have never smiled all my life. What is joy? I don't know. I never can forget. I cannot forget that words. I mean, she said literally that is what my condition is. So like that, you have Love Jihad. One girl from Calcutta, she has written on Love Jihad. She has done a lot of research and interviews with a lot of girls and other people, and she came with the essay. Another person has written something on the women's issue, Muslim women's issue in India. One person has written on Uniform Civil Code and Muslims in India. So it's a variety there. Then we come to the next, that is called Voices of the Other Half, and then we have something called Discrimination of Muslims in India. I mean, that is also 7 articles are there, where I feel one of the good articles is by Javed Anand. I hope you may be knowing him. He's husband of Tista Estelwad, and he is also an activist and all. He has written his own views. It's quite a contrarian view, but what he has written is a lot of sense. And his message is that we should leave the old mindset and come to the new mindset, and then we have to live it. So there are 6-7 articles on that. And then after that, we come to the next segment, that is Article 370 and Jammu and Kashmir and a new avatar. That is the title of the book, title of the segment. And 5-6 article is there. There is a issue of terrorism, issue of human rights, issue of center-state relationship. All that, it is all about Kashmir. So then after that we have Northeast, Focus Northeast. And the Focus Northeast starts with, and I quite praise, I have a lot of word of praise of the Northeast, because we really don't know what is happening in the Northeast, and the people who are really, very deep into it have contributed into this paper. So if you read that segment, at least an illiterate person will become literate in terms of the development of the Northeast. So that completes the thing. Then we come to the media. Changing role of media in the changing times. So that also has 5-7 articles. And then we have the last segment, that is called India's Foreign Policy Shifting Sands. So this is the entire spectrum of the book, which has 56 essays, all by different authors. Majority of them are 25 to 30 years of age. They are all diversity in India. One is from Cochin, another is from Tripura, one is from Bihar, another is from Tamil Nadu. So like that, I have assembled people who have, voluntarily came and contributed to this theme. And what else? It's quite a book, which anybody would like to read. It's a very swift read. Only 2,500 words is the deadline for one essay. So you will not take more than 2 to 5 minutes to read one essay. After that, you can close it and keep it, and then again come back and read. It's not a long narration. So these are few highlights of this book, and I hope more learned people over here are on the stage who can contribute their understanding about the changing nature of Indian state. And I personally like to make it a point clear that this is totally an academic book. I am not in a game of politics or trying to change regime. I hope the change regime gets regime change, and I get the credit of being the author of Das Capital, and I become Karl Marx, and I become a revolutionary. That may happen. I will be most happiest person in the world, but that is not the intention. Our book was supposed to come 2-3 months ago, but due to several reasons, publishing this, that, it is coming now. It has nothing to do with the general election which is forthcoming to us. And I am just, doing things for, I don't know, some people say, why are you doing things? But let me conclude one with couplet. Said sir, with your permission, I know he is going to be. That is something I am not able to speak Urdu in my workplace in Tamil Nadu in Chennai. I teach political science there in MGR University. वो जो शायरी का सबब हुआ, वो हादसा भी अजब हुआ. वो जो शायरी का सबब हुआ, वो हादसा भी अजब हुआ. मैं गज़ल सुना हूँ इसलिए कि ज़माना हमें भुला न दे. And that's the reason I'm writing this book, or I am trying to get into this field, that I don't want to die as an unknown Indian. Rashid Chaudhary. Thank you, sir. One of my iconic journalists whom I have watched in black and white TV, in color TV, and now I'm here with him. He has interviewed 110 head of the states in the world. Every Sunday he was with one head of the state.
So kindly join me in giving warm welcome to Mr. Saeed Naqvi sir. We all are eager to listen their perspective on the theme Changing Natures of Indian State.
I am flattered to have been invited. I have read the brief. I am familiar with the book, but I can't. The themes जो हैं आपके वो सब ऐसे हैं कि जिनसे हम सबको आशना होना चाहिए, जिनसे दिलचस्पी होना चाहिए. कुछ थीम्स ऐसे हैं जो कि मसलन हमें ज़्यादा दिलचस्प मालूम होते हैं, लेकिन टाइटल जो आपका है वो बड़ा पिथी, बहुत ही, उसी के अंदर बहुत से मैसेजेस हैं. डायलॉग की ज़रूरत है, कुछ वो कहें कुछ हम सुने, वो होता नहीं है. एक दिन कह लीजिए जो कुछ है दिल में आपके, एक दिन कह लीजिए जो कुछ है दिल में आपके, एक दिन सुन लीजिए जो कुछ हमारे दिल में है. उस जमाने में हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमान का वाहिद लीडर जवाहरलाल नेहरू था. ये वादा हम लोग सुनते रहे. हम तो बच्चे थे, लेकिन बुजुर्गों को सुना कि भाई पंडित जी ने कहा. अच्छा, हम लोग जवाहरलाल नेहरू नहीं कह सकते थे, जवाहरलाल नहीं कहते, पंडित जी, डांट पड़ती थी. तो बहरहाल इस तरह से वक्त गुजरता गया. सन 64 में जब उनका इंतकाल हुआ तो ऐसा लगता था हमारे इलाके में, अब बाकी हम नहीं जानते, कि साहब लोग यतीम हो गए, अब क्या होगा. हालांकि 2-3 चोटें खा चुके थे सब, लेकिन उसके बाद भी यतीम हो गए थे सब. सिविल डिफेंस का काम आरएसएस के वॉलंटियर्स को ऑफिशियली दे दिया गया था. सब हक्का बक्का चुप. तो यूं ये अफसाना चलता रहा है. हमने कहा एक शेर सुन लो. क्या? मैंने कहा ये है, ये शेर सुनने पर भी मैं किस्सा आपको सुनाऊंगा. तुमने घर छोड़ा, चलो तुम तो मुहाजिर हो गए. तुमने घर छोड़ा, चलो तुम तो मुहाजिर हो गए. हम यहां हाजिर रहे और गैर हाजिर हो गए. कह लीजिए जो कुछ है दिल में आपके, एक दिन सुन लीजिए जो कुछ हमारे दिल में. अब हमारे दिल में तो बहुत कुछ है, उससे आप घड़ी अपनी एडजस्ट कर सकते थे. कोई 5:30-6 बजे के बीच में वो निकलता था. काहू काहू मगन, काहू काहू मगन, हम अपने राम राम करे मगन, जैसे लागी है लगन. अब लोग इकबाल के शेर तो जानते ही हैं, है राम के वजूद पे हिंदुस्तान को नाज, अहले नजर समझते हैं उसको इमाम हिंद. दीजिए साहब, उसने इमाम कह दिया. बनारस रास्ते में आया, अचंभा, रुक गए। और अपनी सबसे लंबी नज़्म फारसी में डिक्शन को एलिवेट करके गालिब ने लिखी चिरागे दैन, यानी मंदिर का दिया। और सब भूल गए पेंशन, वहीं पड़ाव डाल दिया। इतना अच्छा लगा बनारस। इबादत खाने नाकूसियां नस्त, यहाँ लोग नाकूस, यहाँ लोग शंख से खूबसूरत आवाज पैदा करते। इबादत खाने नाकूसियां नस्त, हमाना काबे हिंदुस्तानस्त। ये सचमुच हिंदुस्तान का काबा है। से कहा गया भाई क्या है? अज बनारस न रवम, मैं बनारस छोड़ के नहीं जा सकता। अज बनारस न रवम, माबद आम अस्तीजा, ये आम आदमी का काबा है। हर ब्राह्मण पिसरे लक्ष्मण और राम अस्तीजा, मुझे यहाँ का हर ब्राह्मण राम और लक्ष्मण का बेटा दिखाई देता है। शेख अली अजीम ये कहते हैं। मैंने आपसे ये वादा ले लिया था मुश्तबा साहब कि मैं जल्दी से निकल जाऊंगा, मुझे कहीं पहुंचना है ज़रूरी, वरना मैं यहाँ ठहरता और हमारे दोस्तों की बातें भी सुनता। और इस किताब में जो कुछ है वो मैं जब पढ़ लूँगा उसके बाद एक गोष्ठी आप फिर करेंगे, तब उसके बारे में सचमुच बात होगी। अभी तो मैंने वो सुना दिया जो मेरे दिल में है। अरे का शेर अब कहाँ सुनोगे भैया? ये अब तो यूं लगता है, अरे मारो गोली यार, ऐ परतवे खुर्शीदे जहां ताब इधर भी। इसका मतलब ये है खुर्शीद सूरज जो दुनिया को ताबानी देता है, जो दुनिया को रोशन करता है। ऐ परतवे खुर्शीदे जहां ताब इधर भी, साए की तरह हम पे अजब वक्त पड़ा है। साए की तरह हम पे अजब वक्त पड़ा है। लीजिए एक शेर मैंने आपको और सुना दिया।
जी बहुत शुक्रिया,
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप लोगों ने।
मोदी ने 4 दूसरों कॉस्मोनॉट्स के ऊपर बिल्ला लगाया, और ऐसे लगाया कि शायद पहली बार ही लग रहा हो। अब मैं याद दिला रहा लोगों को, 40 साल बीत चुके हैं इसको, 40 साल। अगर नेहरू ने तुम्बा में एक चर्च से उधार लेकर डाला था, वो बरकरार रहता है। उसके ऊपर वो सीढ़ी बरकरार रहती है कि अगली जनरेशन्स उसके ऊपर जाएं। आज आपने क्या किया है? आपने सीढ़ी तोड़ दी है, आपने पुल तोड़ दिया है पास्ट और फ्यूचर के बीच में। क्या सुन के लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे? क्या पढ़ के आगे बढ़ेंगे? किताबें आपने जला दी है। बेबीलोन में कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल के लोग याद रखते हैं कि लाइब्रेरीज अलेक्जेंडर की जलाई गई थी। आपने एक पूरा जहन जलाने की कोशिश की है और कुछ हद तक जला दिया है। ये जो आपने प्रहार किया है अपने ही लोगों को, मुसलमानों को तंग किया है, इस्लामोफोबिया आज पूरी तरह से हावी है, जिसमें ईसाई भी साथ दे रहे हैं, पारसी भी साथ दे रहे हैं। एक एक किस्सा हमने गिना हुआ है, आपको बता सकते हैं। चर्चों पे हर रोज अटैक हो रहा है, उसकी बात नहीं हो रही है। आपने अपने लोगों के ऊपर ही जो अत्याचार कर रहे हैं। ये मैं कहना मांगता था। शायद अंग्रेजी में कुछ बड़े शब्द इस्तेमाल कर पाता, मगर जितनी मेरे को हिंदुस्तानी आती है उसमें मैंने आपको अपना दुख, अपना दर्द, अपने ख्वाब और अपने नाइटमेयर्स की एक झलक आपको दिखाने की कोशिश की है। ये किताब आई और किताबें आए क्योंकि किताबें आदमियों से ज़्यादा लंबी उम्र रखती हैं। उसमें जो उन्होंने लिखा है उनकी लंबी उम्र हो, वो और ज़्यादा पूरा लिख पाए, इस इच्छा के साथ मैं यहाँ आया था, वो बयान किया। आपने मेरे को सुना, शुक्रिया।
There was a article written and widely discussed in the context of the 2019 elections, which spoke of fake news as a kind of, some kind of an epidemic. And they said that like any other public health crisis, it can be dealt with through a public education program, right? But then you have to face the question of who will educate the educators, who will educate. Now the educators have to have some form of public funding, and they have to have some kind of a public mandate. And here, of course, in this country, that's a government, right? It's a state that we associate with the agencies that have that public mandate. But do the state agencies have an incentive to tackle this menace of Facebook, of fake news, when they are benefiting from it, right? I mean, does the government that is benefited, that's won 2 elections, partly because of the effective campaign that it ran over social media, is it going to now suddenly wake up and say, no, we've been very unethical, we should get used to being very honest and ethical about information dissemination? Obviously not. So there has to be some form of counteracting mobilization from the other side. And where can this happen? I think everybody has to put in his effort, even if it is isolated from any kind of an organized effort. If we all individually strive, then maybe we can make a dent, right? In whatever medium, whether it's WhatsApp or Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, whatever. And then, of course, we have to count upon the institutions that are not already completely compromised. Now we can debate this question endlessly. Is the Election Commission going to step up and take note when fake news is brought to its attention and initiate some form of sanction? Maybe, but most probably not, right? Is the judiciary going to do it? Maybe, but if it does, it will take so long over it that it will be ineffectual, right? Would the conventional media, the print media, and so on be willing to do it? More likely, they're more likely, because the print media still has some kind of a connection to older values of truth and fairness in reporting. And can we create a kind of dynamic through that print media to counteract fake news coming through social media and through TV channels and so on? It is possible. I don't say it is impossible, but we have to try, right? So that's all I can say, because one has to be optimistic in these junctures. And pessimism is a losing game, right? Optimism may also get us to a point of defeat, but at least we would have tried. So thank you so much for the patience.
Now I would like to invite Mohammad Adeeb sir, Honorable former Member of Parliament and a social activist.
आज हम लोग मुश्तबा साहब की चौथी किताब के इजरा के सिलसिले में आए थे। 4 किताबें वो पहले लिख चुके हैं। ये किताब उन्होंने कंपाइल की है और इसमें बहुत ही अहम आर्टिकल्स जो मुख्तलिफ लोगों ने लिखे हैं हिंदुस्तान भर के आज के हालात के ऊपर, और इस किताब का नाम उन्होंने रखा है चेंजिंग स्टेट ऑफ इंडिया। पॉलिटिशियंस के लिए आजकल इलेक्शन का भूत सवार है, इसलिए वो नहीं आए। इस किताब के लिए तो बहुत ज़्यादा लोगों को आना चाहिए था। मैं समझता हूँ कि हम सब की जिम्मेदारी है कि ये जो मज़ामीन इस किताब में लिखे गए, ये बड़ी मशक्क़त और बहुत मुश्किल काम है। सेलेक्टिव आर्टिकल्स को कलेक्ट करना जो रेलिवेंट हो और डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया के इम्पॉर्टेंट लोगों ने लिखे हो, उसको आवाम तक ज़रूर जाना चाहिए। मैं मुश्तबा साहब की तरफ से आप सबका शुक्रिया करता हूँ اور امید کرتا ہوں کہ ہم سب لوگ اس ملک کی اس کتاب کے لیے عوام تک پہنچائیں. ان کا کہنا یہ ہے کہ چینجنگ ہو رہی ہے. میرا خیال یہ ہے کہ چینج آلریڈی ہو چکا ہے. اس میں اب چینجنگ کے سوال نہیں ہے. ڈیموکریٹک کنٹری سو کالڈ ڈکٹیٹرشپ میں بدل چکا ہے. انسٹیٹیوشنز پرائیویٹ انسٹیٹیوشنز آلریڈی ختم ہو چکے ہیں. بہرحال دل کے بہلانے کو یہ خیال اچھا ہے کہ ابھی چینج ہو رہا. اب اس کے آگے کیا چینج ہوگا وہ ایک خوفناک منظر ہوگا. تو میں یہ سمجھتا ہوں کہ ایسے موقع پہ ایسی کتابوں کے ایسے مضامین عوام تک ضرور پہنچائے جائیں جو سوئے ہوئے ہیں, جو غافل ہیں, جن کو یہ سمجھ نہیں آ رہی ہے کہ اس ملک کا انجام کیا ہونے والا ہے. اس اعتبار سے بڑی اہم کتاب ہے, لوگوں تک پہنچانا چاہیے. اور میں ان کے مشتبہ صاحب کی طرف سے, میرے علی گڑھ کے ساتھی ہیں, بہت لائق اور بڑے جنونی قسم کے آدمی ہیں, ان کا حکم ہوا کہ میں ان کے بہاف پہ آپ کا شکریہ کروں. بہت بہت شکریہ.
There you go. Yes.